All right, headed into the gate for the Indian Summer Stakes at Keeneland. This is a Breeders' Cup winning you're in for the Juvenile Turf Sprint. This one is very, very critical because the Breeders' Cup being held at Keeneland over the same course in 5.5 furlong distance. We saw Najarok win the Futurity Stakes earlier. You can check that in the upper left corner up there if you want to go see the reaction to that race. That was a Belmont at the Big A. This race, much more important, I believe, because we're at the same course and distance, like I said, as the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. Also, a much bigger field of 10 in here. Sad to see the Love Rain scratched out of it. Wesley Ward trainee. We'll see where she shows up next. I haven't heard yet what happens, but we'll watch this race. A very, very critical race. Again, your favorites can be Nonay Hudson, the other Wesley Ward trainee, and that would be my top pick in this race, though I don't love the price there. We'll see what happens. You're going to see Ghent is going to be the one to try and set the pace. Nonay Hudson sitting outside pretty well so far. Nonay Hudson. Let's see how, boy, a couple of them seem kind of bunched up in mid-pack there. 21 and 3, much faster than we saw them go in the Futurity Stakes. Remember, they're going a half furlong shorter as well. A horse that I know Mike Somich was pretty high on is the 11 Private Creed. Jimmy Creed sprinting on turf is an angle he loves because of Casa Creed. Here goes Nonay Hudson. Get up there. So this would be a battle between Mike and I because Nonay Hudson was my top pick, and I believe he really likes Private Creed, a Kentucky Downs Turf Sprint Stakes winner. Oh, Nonay Hudson's getting tired. That early pace duel with Nonay Hudson. Whoa! That 9 horse, I don't know what happened there. The 9 horse veered in and almost ran into Nonay Hudson. Mustache veered back out and then got second. By the way, another horse that Mike Somich liked in the preview of racing.com and youtube.com/racing. Watch the 9 horse. Way in the back there. Actually, bam, makes hard contact with the 8. Monsieur Coco. Rebounds, literally, re-rallies, and look at him keep going, and he's trying to find space and almost run. I mean, my goodness, I don't think he's winning with, if he doesn't have that little blip there at the end. Yeah, that was tough. Boy, but he looked solid. Out of this race, top 2 for sure. Nonay Hudson's an interesting one. I know Wesley Ward was high on this horse earlier in his career, debuted at Keeneland on the dirt, won for fun. As Wesley Ward horses do. Didn't do well in the Tremont Stakes. Went to the Skidmore Stakes. Finished second. Private Creed was actually third that day. Nonay Hudson was a little more on the pace than he was in his past races here. Not good enough to get the job done. You know what? This isn't a horse that Wesley Ward brought to Ascot. And to me, that kind of says enough what I need to know about the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. A very impressive run there from the winner. Very impressive run from the 9 as well. Now be careful. The 9 was 15-1 morning line. Off odds ended up being, got that down to 5-1. Okay, so they knew that this horse was going to run well. I mean, the horse was 4-1 debut, and then was the favorite, a 5-2 favorite at Kentucky Downs, second out. Took the blinkers off. Very green, but this is only the third career start. Great effort from both of those. Private Creed. I think Private Creed had more left in there. It was good to see with Private Creed. I know he broke his maiden on debut at Ellis Park going 5.5, but to win at Kentucky Downs going 6.5, that's good enough to win at a flat mile most places. So that tells me that being by Jimmy Creed, sprinting, this is going to be good for him. Definitely, I thought he was more impressive winner than Najarok. Was a bit more of a grinder in the Futurity, but we still, again, like I said in that video, you need to see who else is coming over from Europe. Who all Wesley Ward has ready to go for it if Love Reigns will end up pointing to it or not. So what do you think about this race and this division? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit like before you leave. Subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/racingdudes. Don't forget, the Breeders' Cup coverage is going to be coming hot and heavy. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. You won't miss a single thing. And trust me, you're not going to want to. Also, we have the inside track to the Breeders' Cup wagering guide available pretty soon. Make sure to Racing Dudes to check that out. We'll see you there. RacingDudes.com is your home for the best betting tips and coverage for the 2022 Breeders' Cup. Our wagering guides have cashed for thousands. You cannot miss our 2022 Inside Track wagering guide to the Breeders' Cup. So hurry up and subscribe, then go to RacingDudes.com. Check out the free picks for every race, every track across the country, and the Inside Track to the Breeders' Cup wagering guide available soon.